Today we're going to round decimals. Let's go back and think about when we rounded before, when we rounded whole numbers. When we rounded whole numbers, we would look to the number on the right of that number. And if it was 0 to 4, we left it the same. If it was 5 or more, we went higher. So let's look at here. Let's unlock the problem. The gold frog of South America is one of the smallest frogs in the world. It is 386 thousandths of an inch long. What is this length rounded to the nearest hundredths of an inch? So first let's underline the length of the frog. So we've got that underlined. Is the frog's length about the same as the length or width of a large paper clip? So if we got out a large paper clip, what would we find out? That it is the same as the width of the paper clip. All right, one way, using a place value chart. So over here I have a place value chart. It's not a very big one. It has the ones, and then we have our smaller numbers, parts of the whole. If we look at it, write the number of the place value and circle the digit in the place in which you want to round to. It told us to round to the nearest hundreds. So we want to find the hundreds, and this is the one we want to round. And then your next step would be to, in the place value chart, underline the digit to the right of the place value in which we are rounding, which would be the 6. This follows the same pattern as if you were doing whole numbers. You'd still go to the right. If the digit to the right is less than 5, the digit in the place in which you are rounding stays the same. If the digit to the right is 5 or greater, the digit is rounded to the nearest increase of by 1. Drop the digit after the place to which you are rounding. So we don't have to go any further than this. We just have this one here to tell us what we should do with this one. Should we leave it the same, or should we go one higher? So to the nearest hundredths of an inch, the gold frog is 0.39. And I went up 1 because 6 is more than 5. Another way to do it is the little grass frog is the smallest frog in North America. It is 437 thousandths of an inch long. What is the length of the frog to the nearest hundredths of an inch? So if we look again, we could just look here and say 7 is greater than 5, so it's 0.44 hundredths. So the nearest hundredths of it is 0.44 hundredths. If we look here, which is the length of the frog to the nearest tenths. So once again, we got to find that place, which is the 4. And we have to look next to it, and 3 is less than that, so we are just going to go 0.4 because we don't have to go any further than where they wanted it rounded to. The Goliath frog is the largest frog in the world. It is found in the country of Cameroon in West Africa. The Goliath frog can grow to be 11.815 inches long. How long is the Goliath frog to the nearest inch? Ooh, we got to go to the nearest whole number. So if we would write that in here, we would have, there is 1/10, 1/1, 8/10, 100ths, and 5,000ths. Now we have to find the place that we want to go to, which is our ones place, because we want to go to the nearest whole inch. And circle the digit we're going to be looking at, where we're going to look at this digit. Now we can round, and we see that it's an 8, that's more than 5, so that it is 12 inches long. Stop, talk to your partner, explain why any number less than 12.5, explain why any number less than 12.5 tenths and greater than or equal to 11.5 would be rounded to 12 when you round. So tell me why we rounded both of those. Why would we round both of those to 12 even? Now let's try these. Please do them and then check back. The nearest whole number. So check to see if you got the same answer as I did. Now, would you please finish practicing with these rounding with the two worksheets you have in your binder? I think they are 64 and 65. There are extra ones put in there. That is your homework.